James is a red engine that's splendid and loves pulling the express. And sometimes when James pulls the express, he goes a little fast. But when he goes a little fast and he goes to the station, he goes even faster. And James hates when something is under construction because it makes him late. And James is pulling the express and going fast because he wants to be just like Connor. And James is a 3-light train. And then he likes having 3 lights on his head, and near his coupling and near his buffers. So James was going even faster and faster. But then he stopped because he heard something snap. "What happened?" James said. And then James just kept going. And when James was done, he was thinking about going to the Steamworks to get something checked. Then when James was done he went to go to the Steamworks to get something fixed. But then when he was going, he kept going, but then when he was going, he derailed off the tracks. And then he was not happy when this happened. So and then James went again, but carefully to the steam workshop because he didn't want to derail again. So and then when he was going carefully, he thought he was not gonna derail, but he was gonna derail. So he kept going and going until when he kept going, he actually was on the wrong track last time. So he went to the other tracks to go somewhere. And then James went back to the other direction so he could find the Steamworks. And then it happened again, and James was really not happy. He stayed in Tidmuff Sheds forever, so he could not go anywhere because he knew he was gonna derail. And then Percy thought James's job was fun, so he went to go do all the work for him. then Percy noticed something. He noticed the tracks are frozen for 2 years, and no other train could go on it. So then Percy tried switching the tracks, but he couldn't. So and then Percy kept trying to switch it, but nothing was working. So and then he just kept trying. So and then he waited. So and then he let off some heat, so it could heat up a little. But when he tried switching it, nothing was working. So Percy gave up. So and then Percy had to try another thing. And then he stayed there for the rest of the night, taking an hour to unfreeze it. So and then next Thomas was taking the flying keeper from Henry, since Henry was busy. So Thomas was taking the flying keeper to his going to it, but the trucks kept pushing him on and on. And then when they kept pushing him, he noticed that there was a broken track, and then he used his brakes to stop it, and it was too late. And then Thomas derailed and crashed into the docks. So and then James and Duck were at Tinmouth Sheds, and then James thought this was a good idea to go to the steamer. So and then he rushed into the puddle, and then he crashed into it. And then James was still really mad. So Duck went to, "Oh, James," Duck said. Then Duck went to go help James. And then Duck turned the track to James to save him. But then as soon Duck went to save him, he backed up way too fast, and then both of them derailed, and Duck was shocked. And then Duck and James went to the steamworks. Then James was happy now that he could pull the express again, and so were all of his friends.
He's the cheeky